heals. God heals. But don't ever think that healing will take the place or be a substitute for transition. Did you hear what I said? The doctor said that all of the cancer was gone from daddy's body. But 2 years ago, we still celebrated his homegoing. Because healing and miracles are not a substitute for transition. Y'all ain't hearing me. And I know you don't like dealing with it. And the older we get, we sure enough don't like talking about it. But there will come a day when you shall step out so you can step in. There will come a day when you're going to take off this world and put on. And so when we find ourselves under disease, we place ourselves in the master's hands and say like the church of old, any way you bless me, Lord, I'll be satisfied. He says bless his name, but not only does he call himself Jehovah Rapha, he also refers in the 103rd Psalm to being Jehovah Nisi, which means the Lord our banner. And the banner in the days of the Old Testament was the flag of victory that flew with the army. And when they conquered a particular place, they would put their flag or their banner in that place to declare that that place belonged to them. See, y'all still don't know when to shout, because I said his name means that his banner is over us. So no matter what disease you have, when the disease tries to wreck with you, it's got to deal with God's banner that says this child is mine. Y'all don't hear me. And no matter what happens, it's got to come across God's desk. He's got a stamp approved on it before it comes your way. And if God allows pain to rack your body, if God allows for disease to stress your life, I declare, hold your hope and don't let go of your faith. Because while weeping may endure for a night, I declare joy will come in the morning. I really wish I had time to finish. I got a few more names for you, but let me tell you the best and final name. He says that he is the God that remembers. There's no Greek word for that. There's no Hebrew terminology signifying that it is a deity, or rather a name that is affixed to God. But the text says he is the God that remembers that we are frail. He remembers that we are just dust. He remembers that we are subject to fall. He remembers that we are subject to walk in the wrong direction. He remembers we are subject to say the wrong thing. He remembers that we are subject to go in the wrong place. And so we have not a high priest that has not been touched with the feelings of our infirmities. He knows what it feels like to live down here on the earth. He knows what it feels like. I'm beginning to feel my help coming on in here. He knows what it feels like to have folk lying on you. He knows what it feels like to be attacked on every side, to have pain racking your body, and to have folk trying to attack. He knows what it feels like to be in the valley of despair, wondering, God, why have you forsaken me? God, why have you left me by myself? God, why do I have to go through what I'm going through? He knows what it feels like to seem to be helpless, hopeless, and yet hold your faith. And he told me to tell you, if you bless the Lord, oh my soul, if you bless his holy name, oh yes, I want you to know victory shall be yours. I know I'm right about it. How many times have we been right here in church lifting up the name of somebody on their sick bed? How many times have we wondered, will the circle be unbroken? How many times have we worried about what tomorrow was going to bring, just to wake up and come to the conclusion that the same God that brought us this far is the same God that will carry us on? Y'all don't hear me. Same God that rocked you to sleep is the same God that'll wake you back up. Y'all don't hear me. In other words, you ought to make up your mind, come what may, from day to day, come hell or high water, I'm going to trust in the Lord. I'm going to trust in the Lord. I will trust in the Lord until I die. I'm going to stay. Anybody in here going to stay on the battlefield? And let me tell you, children, that means sometimes you got to fight. Y'all don't hear me. Too many times men and women of God have become so passive in the Christian journey, and I can hear folks saying that the Lord will fight my battles, and I know he will, but you need to stand up and throw some punches yourself. Y'all don't hear me. When disease attacks your body, you ought to say, bah! His stripes. Y'all ain't gonna pray with me. I'm healed. Anybody in here know what I'm talking about? You better learn how to fight for yourself. When poverty takes over your household, you gotta fight. Bring the tithe. Y'all got quiet then. Bring the tithe into God's house. Watch him open up windows, pour out blessings. Yeah, yeah. And when you fight and the enemy gets you in a corner, the only thing you can do is cover up. That's when God tags you. steps in the ring and knocks the enemy out. Yeah!